do you think the hissing exercise for singing is helping your voice, and yet your voice still sounds strained? Actually, that exercise could be the reason. It could be destroying your voice. After 15 years of coaching adults, I've seen this exercise doing more bad than good for my singers. And in this video, I'll show you what to do instead. I had a student the other day, a new student coming for the first time to my studio. She did a lot of lessons with another teacher, and then she came to me. She told me that her previous teachers taught her the hissing exercise. So it's this exercise in which you breathe in, and this is what she did, but I've seen this in many other new students that came and that tried these exercises from YouTube and things like that. So the exercise goes like this. You breathe in, and then you hiss, bringing the stomach in, like this. She told me she always was practicing this exercise, and in spite of practicing this exercise, she told me she still felt that she got tired after singing and that her voice was sore, her throat was sore when she was singing songs. And I was like, not in spite, but because of it. So we had a lesson, and I told her about this exercise. I told her what to do instead, and at the end of the lesson she could sing with no strain, probably for the first time in her life. So I'll show you today what we did and why this exercise is so detrimental. So first of all, let me tell you something. This exercise, as every single exercise, have the best intentions in the world, but these exercises are very outdated. Vocal science evolves, and now we know things that we didn't do before. And sometimes teachers teach exercises because of tradition. Nothing bad with tradition, but sometimes when we find that they have an effect we don't want, we have to move on. Let's break it down. Usually, first thing is, when people learn this exercise, they learn it with the wrong inhaling. To start with, they inhale, usually bringing the belly in like this with a lot of force. See how everything is tightened right away, and then they pull the belly in. And sometimes people will try to do the opposite. They will breathe in, pushing the belly out like this. That is also not good. So both options are bad. You don't want to have the rectus abdominis that stretched or that contracted. The rectus abdominis, this muscle that goes from your sternum to your pubic bone, you want it to be given way, not overengaged. So that's the first part, the inhaling. And then when you do that hissing, in which you bring the belly in, this part of the exercise, what you're doing is you are putting a lot of pressure in your rectus abdominis. Some people teach this exercise pushing from the point that is above 4 fingers below the belly button, the dantian, some people call it. And in that case, you are doing it a little bit more healthy, but still not ideal. So when you're doing that exercise, you are pushing the air out by, as I said, contracting the rectus abdominis, this long muscle here, the six-pack. And that muscle has the particularity of working together with the diaphragm. So your diaphragm is here, around here, so it attaches to your sternum and to your ribs here, to your lower ribs, and to some part of your spine as well. And so it's this muscle like this. Well, it's more complex like that. But of course, when you inhale, it contracts. And then when you exhale, hopefully we want it to relax in a controlled manner, what some people call breath support. But when you are using the rectus abdominis in that inward motion and in that very sharp motion, what you do is the diaphragm has to relax very quickly. And so you are not controlling the diaphragm, and the air pressure is super high. Now, you have to understand something. The vocal cords close because of the air pressure. So that is a little bit of how voice works. You have the vocal folds, they open when you inhale, and when you exhale, if the air pressure when you exhale is high enough, they are going to close. If that pressure is too little, they are not going to be closing too much, but if that pressure is too high, they are going to react by closing a lot. And that is just too aggressive for your voice. When you are singing in that way, sending that much air pressure, your vocal folds can't be in the function of singing. This channel is all about functional singing, meaning we set up the vocal folds so they are in the function of singing instead of other functions. So when you are exhaling like that, that's not the function of singing. The function of singing is very differentiated. But when you are exhaling so much, the vocal folds can't be activated for singing. They can just react to that air pressure. And as a result, you not only have the vocal folds, but a lot of things around also closing. Your voice gets sore because you're not singing in an efficient manner in which you are using what you need to use, but nothing you don't. So that is the problem with this exercise. Again, very well intentioned, but not very useful. And by the way, if you are interested in this business of singing in a functional way, I invite you to check the description below. There is a link there that you can use to book a call with me, and I can walk you through my one-on-one coaching program. This is a 10-week program. We can have a call and we can see maybe we are a fit to work together. So if you are interested in embarking in a structured program that is gonna save you years of singing, then this is your chance. Go to the description and book a call with me. Let's continue with the video though. So what to do instead of that pushing? I want to teach you a very, very simple exercise that you can try today that will get rid of that pressure. So for this exercise, very simple. All you have to do is to bring your arms up to the sides like this. So the way you are going to open your arms is very important. You are going to open your arms by rotating the palms of your hand. You start moving the arms out to the sides, and when you're about 10 to 20 centimeters, you start rotating the palms. And so the palms go up. When you are in 90-degree angle, the palms should be facing up. And you want the elbows to be fully straight. That's very, very important. You're going to inhale with this movement. You're going to inhale through the mouth. So you open the mouth, let the air in. And you're going to let the air in softly, without pushing, without any noise. A lot of times we make a lot of noise thinking that we inhale more, but actually it's the other way. If you make noise, you inhale less because there are other things that are helping, and we don't want that. So singing is about being efficient. Let's say that you have something you want to sing, maybe a scale, an exercise you're practicing. Let's take a 3-tone scale to make it simple. So you can apply it to this exercise. In singing, is very important. You get the benefits by combining the exercises with the voice, not just the exercises alone. So you inhale like this, and when you get to 90 degrees, that's where you're going to sing. So you breathe in, and you start singing right away. It's very important for this exercise that you coordinate the movement with the breathing and with the singing right there. What it does is you are inhaling, and at the same time you are having an effect in ribs 5, 7, 8. Now these ribs actually have a very good impact in the efficiency of the vocal closure. As I mentioned before, that exercise, the hissing exercise, makes the closure very inefficient and very forced. And this exercise has the opposite effect. It makes the closure much more efficient right away. If you want to go fully into this method, I recommend you to book a call with me today and we can talk about it. So that's the first component. When you breathe in, you want to inhale at the same time because, of course, you are engaging certain muscles, but also you are expanding the space so the lungs can expand and you can breathe more in a useful space for singing. The other thing that you are doing here is you are singing as soon as you get here. What it does is that gets rid of the holding we tend to do between the inhale and the singing. Usually when we sing without technique, we breathe in, we do a little holding, and then we sing, something like this. So that click at the beginning is not good for your vocal folds. It's very aggressive, and we want to get rid of it. How do we get rid of it? Well, by eliminating the pause between the inhaling and the singing. And this exercise helps you to do that because it brings you to your body, it connects your breathing, your body, and your voice. It takes a little bit of getting used to. It seems simple, but I have yet to meet a student that they get it in the first go. So don't be discouraged if this is a little bit weird for you. The other thing is make sure that you are rotating the palm. Yes, because a lot of singers, the first thing they do is to bring the palm down. This seems to be the default, but this has a very different effect on the voice. So yeah, just have to remember to rotate the palm as you go up. The palms are facing up at the end of the movement, and you coordinate the inhaling with singing right away. So that's a little bit of what I wanted to share today. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit like, and let me know in the comments what other topics would you like to see covered, or if you have any questions about this exercise. Okay, see you next time.